Well, welcome to the second, maybe annual, I don't know yet, we'll see, second Oregon DIY fishing with iFishiBelong, United Women on the Fly, and Ubuntu Fly Anglers. And we are lucky to have Justin here. It's also going to put on by Fly Curious. So very excited for this event to happen again and for tonight, so we can just share all of the kind of behind the scenes work that we've been doing for you all, and just what the weekend's going to look like. As far as these formats, I know many of you have attended some of these DIY fishing events. Those that haven't, though, it's a pretty fun format in the fact that it's mostly DIY fishing focused. People come, and the idea with iFishiBelong is we'll share resources, share education, such as we're doing right now. And you do have to do a little bit of work, do some research. You kind of find some of those fishing locations that you want to, hopefully meet some new friends, and then go out and fish those areas. And then every evening, we're either at a campground or we're at the Trout Fest location, and we are just kind of offering opportunities for folks to come together, meet each other, have fun, and tell fish tales as well as all of us anglers do. This event is hosted and put on by iFishiBelong. iFishiBelong, we focus on cultivating leadership opportunities, specifically in the fishing industry, fishing and fly fishing industry, advocate for equitable representation. So that means we want all people to be shown on all forms of anything that we see, as far as whether it's media, whether it's within the industry, whether it's on our website. We want all people to be shown. Offering financial assistance, and we actually had a scholarship application for this specific event, and we chose two very incredible scholarship winners. Pretty excited to share that opportunity as far as some financial assistance, and then just promoting access and belonging for all people within the angling community. Tonight, we have a lot to cover. As I mentioned, we're just going to go through basically the logistics of what this weekend entails, and then some fishing aspect or fishing parts of how to fish the Deschutes River. Meet the event co-host. So my name's Heather. I go by the pronoun she, her. I live in Spokane, Washington, and I am a founder of things. So I founded United Women on the Fly, iFishiBelong, Fly Fish Instruct. I just love bringing folks together, and these events just give me so much joy. By the end of this evening, I will just be pumped and ready to go for this event. So I'm happy that you all are here.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jenny O'Brien. I live in Bend, Oregon. Consider the Deschutes my home waters. This is such a special event. I'm excited to see everybody. I also am on the board of directors for the Deschutes River Alliance, the host of the Trout Fest portion of the event. It was so much fun last year. I'm looking forward to seeing familiar faces and meeting new people. And basically, whenever Heather needs something, I am here because she does such a great friend. So excited to participate and meet you all.
Awesome. And what about Central Oregon Lady Anglers?
Yes. I am one of the founders of Central Oregon Lady Anglers, which is a women's group here in Central Oregon, trying to help get more women on the water, and really a social group to create friendships on and off the water. And if you live in Central Oregon or in the Bend area, we're actually having an event tomorrow night at Confluence Fly Shop to benefit the Mayfly Project. It starts at 6:00. It's a $10 donation, and we would love to see you there.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Hey all, Justin Bubenik, he, him pronouns. Live in Bend, Oregon, but grew up outside of Portland. I first started fishing the Deschutes in my dad's backpack, mountain biking up the mouth. So pretty well acquainted with it. We usually do annual trips to the mouth from Maupin, which is pretty fun. But yeah, by day I'm a lawyer, and then I run Fly Curious Fishing, which is a nonprofit focused on getting LGBTQ and two-spirit folks into fly fishing and outdoor opportunities, and advocating for the LGBTQ plus community in the fly fishing industry as well. And then I'm also on the board for Fly Fishers International, on their international board, and do the casting program with them. And then also on the Outdoorist Oath, which is a nonprofit focusing on increasing accessibility and conservation efforts among young people in the outdoor space as well. But super excited to see everyone out on the shoots.
Cool. Awesome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Casey Davey. I don't have any industry affiliations or extra things that I do. I'm not a guide or brand or anything. I work for the Department of Transportation, but I love fishing. I love all kinds of fish and especially really weird fish. And I love people. And so I'm just so excited to help and do whatever I can to support this group. I am part of Central Oregon Lady Anglers, so I support Jenny on her incredible mission of keeping that group together and all the activities that she does. But
Awesome.
excited to see you all again or meet you, and I'll do whatever I can to help and support you on a fly fishing or conventional fishing or any kind of fishing journey that you want to do.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm very, very lucky to be working side by side with three other incredible co-hosts that are all super fishy and fish the Deschutes. So once we kind of get into that fishing aspect, they are, wow, I'm honored to be working with y'all. So, and then event partners, as we already talked about. So Central Oregon Lady Anglers, Fly Curious. And I saw that Peter was on. Peter, Peter and or Sarah, I don't know if Sarah's on, but do you want to just say hello and introduce yourself and talk a little bit about Deschutes River Alliance?
Yeah, I'm here. My voice I've been in meetings all day. My voice is fading slowly, but I'm Peter Anderson. I'm development director with the Deschutes River Alliance. Pronouns are he, him. This is our third annual Trout Fest, and Heather has been, a supporter since the beginning. Far better angler and more knowledgeable on the industry than I. So she is a constant resource for support with this. But the event, it's a celebration of the river. It's a celebration of trout, the folks who chase them. And, it's, a really powerful community engagement tool for the Deschutes River Alliance in our pursuit of cooler, cleaner water in the lower river. So we're excited to partner with iFishiBelong for this celebratory weekend, and look forward to welcoming everyone out there.
Cool. Awesome. And we have some sponsors that we'd like to just acknowledge. And this basically sponsorships just help iFishiBelong keep us alive and let us do our mission work, as well as offer that financial sustainability and financial opportunities. So huge thanks to our sponsors. New this year, we just partnered up with Angler's Coffee. And so it's not our own coffee, but we have our own label. How's that? So the coffee's very, very, very delicious. And one of the perks for your registration is that you're going to get some free samples in your registration bag of Angler's Coffee. So a great sustainable, equitable organization that works on just kind of within the coffee industry. So we're happy and excited to partner with them. Amy Hazel's the owner of the Deschutes Angler Fly Shop. She also has just lived on the river with her and her husband, John, been guides. They have an enormous amount of knowledge about the river. So if you're in the area, be sure to stop by and check out the Deschutes Angler Fly Shop. So for this specific event, all are welcome. So originally, when we first started doing all of our different DIY fishing events, it was with Spokane Women on the Fly, and then it was United Women on the Fly. And we've moved and progressed and gotten better. And now it's iFishiBelong. So everyone is welcome on the water. We encourage everyone to be out there. It's all species, all techniques, all people. So, we were talking to Casey earlier about, looking for carp. For this specific focus, we're going to be targeting red band trout, but if you have a fly rod, if you have a spey rod, tenkara, conventional, it does not matter. As long as you're fishing legally and ethically, we are in support of you. So welcome to just the iFishiBelong community. One of the biggest things that we have here is a great way for you to communicate and learn and just get to know other folks. I know that there are some people that are coming in, they don't know anybody. They've never, they're getting into an event. They're like, this sounded like a good idea. And then they sign up and they're like, oh no. So we do have a Facebook group. This is a great opportunity specific for the Oregon event where you can ask questions. If you have one question that more than likely others have that same question. Our co-hosts look at this Facebook group, will help answer questions. It's also a great opportunity if you want to hire a guide and or get lodging, kind of sharing those expenses. So just please utilize that Facebook group. I forgot to put this slide in, but new this year, one thing that we're going to do, because we understand that there's a lot of stress with social media these days, and a lot of people want to be on Facebook and or Instagram. So we will be creating a specific WhatsApp channel for this, which will be for all of the logistics. So we'll share all of the invites so you can get in. It'll be just to share logistics over the weekend, but that way, if you don't want to stay on Facebook, we get it. So there'll be another option as well. And I'll put more of that in an email so that way y'all can see that. As far as the land that we're going to be on, we are going to be fishing on the Deschutes River. Part of this river is actually it butts up, or it's right on the Warm Springs reservation land. And so great opportunity just to kind of get to know the people that the land that we're on. As far as travel goes, so Maupin's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's a couple hours, about 2 hours from either Bend and or from Portland. From Seattle, it's about 4 or 5 hours. From Spokane, it's about 4.5, 5 hours. As far as the nearest airport, so if you are flying in, Portland, Oregon is going to be your less expensive airport. So it's only about an hour and a half drive. Redmond, Oregon is also a great option. So those are going to be your two closest airports. As far as registration, so thank you all so much for just, registering for this event. Currently, we have 51 registered. Last year, we had about 90 people, and it was incredible. So we hope to be able to kind of bump up and get up to there. But, with this specific, just minimal $50 fee, it's really instrumental in just offsetting all of the costs associated with hosting these events, but then also just paying for Zoom, paying for emails and all of that too. So we greatly, greatly appreciate your support of this event, as well as iFishiBelong and all of its programs. When you register, you also get a registrant website. So we are continually updating, working on it, adding new things. Within this website, it just basically is going to have all of this information that we are talking about is going to be on the website. We have a specific event Google map. So what we've done is we've created an event. We make sure that we've pinned where, Maupin City Park is, where our social evening is going to be, where the Trout Fest location is. We've also pinned some different DIY fishing locations. So lots of great opportunities just to go through this. One thing we will say, though, is service can be a little spotty. You're going to have service in Maupin, but when you start to go on the outskirts, just like anywhere, we don't really want to be on our phones anyways. We don't want service. So recommended to, use your maps while you have service, and that way you're going to different areas while you still have coverage. This year, we actually have partnered up with a very small company out of Montana for a cling magnet. So these are pretty cool. You can see this picture. They're not very big. It's a small little square. But the great thing about them is, as you're starting to change flies, and I'm sure many of you put them on your patches and they just fall off, and there goes $10 worth of flies in the water. Well, everybody that's registered, you get that. And so you can put it on your wader, you can put it on your hat. The magnet's really strong, so it's a great way to keep your flies when you're starting to change your flies. And it's a great way for us to support a very small company, which we're excited about. Great product, great people. You also get virtual education, so summer trout fishing techniques. There's a whole virtual course that you have access to in your registration email. All the access on how to access that is listed in that email. Also, registration includes, just the nightly social opportunities, us putting in all the time and effort, all the co-hosts. We talk once a month. We've met, about 6 months ago, and just are updating all this information, just trying to answer and put in a bunch of work and research for you all, just to ensure that you have the best event that you can. And we do provide a checklist. So some people like checklists, some don't, but utilize that if you'd like. And why did we select May for this event? Well, I think the biggest part of that, again, as Peter mentioned with the Deschutes River Alliance, really great organization, nonprofit that is, conservation minded and really all supporting the Deschutes River. Well, with that, they have been putting on this great event called Trout Fest. And so, great opportunity for us to partner with another nonprofit, but then also just share the love of the river and the importance that it is for us to continue to conserve and fight for the river. So Trout Fest is it's a lot of fun. It's Friday afternoon and then also all day Saturday, opportunities to just learn from lots of industry folks, lots of great instructors, and I'm going to go through kind of what our itinerary and agenda looks like. So Thursday, some of you, if you don't have to work that day, some of you may arrive early. If you did reserve camping and/or RVs, your reservation goes from Thursday through Sunday. But you arrive, you fish. We are hosting a workshop, and I'll talk more about that. And then we're gonna have another social evening time at Maupin City Park and group campsite too. So if you were here last year, it's going to be the same spot. So bring your camp chair, bring your snacks and beverages, whatever you'd like. We'll have a fire and just be willing to just make some new friends. You never know who you're going to meet that can be your lifelong friends. We're offering a 2-hour donation-based workshop. So we ask everybody to fill out these surveys and we actually read them. So one of the things that came about our different surveys from the DIY fishing events was people wanted more education. And we have offered workshops in the past, but those were pretty limited to like 8 people just because of the time and there was a lot of casting involved. And so what we've decided to do this year is to move those, kind of longer workshops into smaller, shorter workshops, but make them donation based. And that way it allows folks to not only have it financially, accessible, but also where we can invite more people into it. So we're doing a Fishing the Deschutes River. That'll be hosted by myself, Justin, and also Casey. Our goal here, it's a 2-hour workshop. It's on Thursday. It goes, I think, from 3 to 5. We're going to have different stations. So we're going to talk about reading water, leader setups, and then the ABCs of fishing the Deschutes River. This is all going to be specific to fishing the Deschutes River. So if you haven't already registered, please do so. And all that information is in the website. Our Thursday evening social, so those that played the human-sized Jenga, I hope that Sherry brings that again. Super fun. So we will be doing this again. Obviously, you can see dogs are welcome. Dogs are welcome on leashes. Please pick up after them and just, be good dog parents. But we love animals, so please bring them along. As far as Friday goes, so we are currently in the process of putting in and getting a permit with the BLM, and we're going to do another social fish. We did this last year. It was a lot of fun. We're going to do it again. So 9 to 1 p.m., we're going to go out and we're going to go and fish the Deschutes River. Not sure of which location. We'll announce that in both the WhatsApp channel as well as in the in your final email and then Facebook group. So you'll know. A lot of people will carpool from the Maupin City Community Building. We'll be leaving at meeting at 8:30 and then heading out. And then you can just fish all day. And the one thing I would say is if you're looking for intimate, quiet fishing by yourself, not seeing anyone, well, this event's not going to be for you. But the social fishing part isn't, we're going to be together. Fish were caught last year, lots of fun, lots of, questions, education. It was a really great time. So I hope that you all take this opportunity and just come out and social fish with us. And then Friday also has another, Friday and Sunday, actually, there's a couple of other casting opportunities. There's some all-day casting clinics with Fly Fishers International, and I know Marian's here on to speak about that. Her and Marianne Dozer are putting on an all-day casting clinic. So what a great opportunity. Marianne, would you like to just talk about talk about that casting opportunity? Oh, she might have gotten off. We'll see if she pops back on, but
No, she's on mute.
oh, she's on mute. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
okay.
Got my husband in the background. So, yeah, I'm glad you're interested in that. The all-day casting, it's going to be an opportunity for 2 casters to 1 instructor. Marianne is an MCI and more. I'm just a CI. I shouldn't say just. And then we have 3 casting CI candidates who will definitely be able to offer great contributions. Along with that all-day class, Marianne is going to offer a workbook that she has spent the last couple years producing and improving, and opportunity to have a month's worth of connecting to the videos that she makes to support that. And yeah, that's a 30-day access. That's it for that casting.
And what is, because many may not know, what is a CI? What does that mean? Like, what do
Yes.
those 2, letters mean?
Well, being a CI is meaning that's how I met Heather. We were on our journey together, and it's where you study for what seems like an eternity, your casts, and learning what casting is, the mechanics, the theory behind it, mentored by somebody who is more masterful at it than we are. And then you take a test, which is a 2.5-hour performance test. It includes a variety of casting skills, demonstrations, and a variety of teaching to prove that the knowledge can be transported clearly and succinctly to anywhere from a beginner to an advanced flycaster angler.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, and those opportunities are offered on all day on Friday as well as Sunday. So what a great opportunity for those if you really want to improve your casting. I would highly recommend looking at that, just looking at the opportunities there.
Heather, would this be a good time to talk about the casting doctor?
Please. That'll work. Yep.
Okay, great. The casting doctor situation is much different. It's an opportunity for a person to spend a time with a casting instructor. Again, those that I mentioned, or others that are in the industry and professionals. We already talked about casting guides being able to teach as well. And you get to spend 30 minutes, one-on-one, and you can demonstrate a cast or talk about, this is my problem with my cast, and they'll help you find the fix for that and practice the correction, and hopefully send you on your way as a better angler.
Love it. That's such a great opportunity. And that's going to be on Saturday. So there's, if you don't want to go, the whole day and just do a kind of diagnostic of your cast, then that'll be on Saturday. So perfect, Marian. Thank you. Yep. Cool. So continuing on Friday, so the casting's going all day, and then in the afternoon, there's a Dutch oven cook-off. So if y'all have any type of Dutch oven skills or you want to, I have a bunch of Dutch ovens in my, I'll bring them down for you so you can cook something and then we can all taste it. But kind of a fun thing to do. That we were testing it and tasting it all in the evening last year. You can also register on our website as well as on the Trout Fest website. And then from 4 to 6 p.m., our friend Anna Lay, she is the founder of Grayling Education. She was also one of our Be What You Don't See leaders. She is going to be hosting a Trout Fest trivia on Friday night. So that should be a lot of fun. And then there's going to be live music as well. So it's a really fun evening. That'll be our social time. iFishiBelong will have a booth. This is where you can pick up your registration, get to know kind of the co-hosts, and just have fun and just meet folks, meet people. Friday morning social, as I mentioned, so we're going to be fishing somewhere on the Deschutes River. Here's that Trout Fest casting lesson. And here's Allie doing her little dance on the social evenings and live music. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we move into Saturday. So Saturday is going to be where a lot of people are going to be out DIY fishing. The salmon flies last year, they had already kind of hatched, but those fish don't forget that big bite of filet mignon. So you have a lot of great dry fly opportunities. Good to, depending on what the heat is of the weather, it might be a good idea to get out super early, go fish, or in the evenings, kind of looking at that. But there is a great opportunity. I'm jealous I have to work a booth. I might have to make my dad work the booth because I want to be on this. So there is a free on the water bug clinic that's being offered from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So if you're a bug nerd, this should be for you. So looking at it, Rick Hafley and others are going to be listed and helping instruct it. And I'm sure if you have any Western United States hatch books, they have been written by Rick. So it is an incredible opportunity. So please don't miss out. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. is Trout Fest. So you have the casting doctor. You can come and see booths, come and see us. There's always a fun fly casting competition. So make sure you get involved in that. And then on the evening, you're on your own. There's a few restaurants in town. People are going to be camping. You're going to have and find people to connect with. Here's Rick, that's that free on the water bug clinic. Take advantage. That is incredible. And here's just some photos of, Trout Fest last year. And so if I'm around, don't be shy. Make sure you smile because I'll be around taking some photos. And then you're on your own on the Saturday evening. And then Sunday, DIY fish and depart. So again, you have those opportunities for all day casting, and they are going to do a 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. just river road cleanup. So that's another opportunity just to give back and then be on your merry way. And then as far as event locations, so Maupin, Oregon is where it's at. It's not very big, so you're not going to get lost. The campground is Maupin City Park, and then the Trout Fest location is the Oasis Campground. So this will be a map that you will receive on your, kind of final week of your different emails. So it just shows kind of where our home base is, where the fly shop is, last minute groceries, and then the Trout Fest location. So very small area. As far as meals, you're on your own. There will be opportunities to purchase meals at the Trout Fest, on Saturday and Friday evenings. Maupin Market, they are prepared for us to be there. So they have great coffee, they have great breakfast sandwiches, they have, it's a small little grocery store. If you drink too many high nooners or, little PBRs, you can go and replenish there as well. So great opportunities. There's also some different restaurants as well, the Rainbow, as well as the Riverside, Imperial. So there's other kind of dining opportunities. Also, as far as big grocery stores, just recommend, Redmond and or the Dalles, Spokane, Tri-Cities, that kind of thing when you're purchasing kind of all your big food as well. As far as camping goes, so we still have 2 individual campsites and some group campsites available. So you can register for those on our website. If you have already checked in, or if you've already registered, check-in is at 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, and then basically any time through Sunday, June 1st. So just refer again to that kind of weekend schedule of just where we're going to be and all the things. Now, if you have, I believe I've spoken with every single person that did reserve an RV site, so you know which site number you are. If for some reason you are not aware of that, just send me an email and I can send you your specific RV site number. Those that did individual group campsites, then I will send you those numbers. And then the group campsites we booked, we're basically taking over Maupin City Park. It's pretty fun. So registration. So you're going to get an awesome little reusable iFishiBelong bag with a bunch of goodies, your cling, angler's coffee, all kinds of other stuff. And so those pickups can be on Thursday evening at the Maupin City Community Building, and then both at the iFishiBelong booth at Trout Fest on Friday and Saturday. And the times are there and listed. And you'll have all of that information listed in your emails, and as well as don't forget to check that registrant website. This is the fish that we are going to be targeting. So it's a wild native red band trout. These are incredible species. If you've ever had the opportunity to catch and just see and feel and hold these specimens, really incredible fish. So this is what we're targeting. We're going to go through just some of the different fishing opportunities and kind of fishing that specific areas. And, we've offered some on our Google Maps. So we have every location that I'll be talking about is on there. So you can just, it's pinned, you can go and then go to it. The BLM for Oregon BLM is great as far as offering a ton of different map systems, different campgrounds and all the things. So you can go and just download some of those Deschutes River maps. That link is going to be listed on the registrant website. And then once I do a follow-up email, I'll also send a full copy of this PDF that has links so you can look at it as well. The co-hosts, as I mentioned, we've worked hard behind the scenes. So we have kind of put together all these different fishing resource blogs. So, get a chance, look at these fishing reports, your angling, your river frequently asked questions, all the things. So we've shared some of those there. You do need a fishing license, so make sure that you get that. That link is going to be on our website. There are different fishing or different payment opportunities based on your age. And if you are fishing on the Warm Springs Reservation, then you will need a tribal fishing permit, and all of that information is listed there. A Columbia River endorsement, you don't need that because you're fishing for trout on the Deschutes River. And then fishing guide options. One thing I would say is this is a really busy time. So if you haven't already hired a guide, but you're kind of on, just wanting to on the fence about it, I would say definitely hire a guide. So these are all listed on our website where you can click on them. Lots of different opportunities for some great guides. Now, Bend, all the fly shops do offer guides. They might be a little bit higher up river, but it's not very far from Maupin. And then kind of the Maupin area is going to be some of the upper guides that are listed. So good opportunities here. As far as like river safety and wading concerns, this river, the Deschutes River, is big. And so definitely wearing waders is a good option, specifically or at least pants, having some longer pants, making sure that your boots, that you actually have good boots, that there's recommendations. Some people have asked, can I use felt? Can I use studs? So the best and most secure type of bottom of a boot is going to be felt with studs. And so if you have that on your boots, that's a great thing. But just trying to wear just real wading boots is highly recommended. Also having a wading staff. This river it's pretty big. It's bouldery. There's basalt rock. Some places is really, really easy to wade. And then others, it's going to be really shallow and then drop off. So really just being really mindful and being comfortable with how you feel when you're on that water. There are definitely opportunities for easy wading. And if you talk to your guide, just kind of be realistic with them, let them know, what your wading ability is, what your physical ability is, and then they'll work with you on that. But using a wading staff is huge. Poison oak, leaves of 3, let them be. This is around. You're also in rattlesnake territory. So wading staff can be great. Kind of you're just using it to kind of let them know you're around. During the spring and summer, you may see some ticks. So be mindful of that. And then, of course, just sunglasses and bug spray and all of that. Justin or Jenny, or really do you have any other suggestions as far as like river safety and wading concerns?
I think that's
I
all
think
good.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Justin. And I apologize. I'm driving.
Okay. I was just going to say, like, definitely reiterate the felt with the studs. Like, definitely felt isn't enough. So I'd say just studs or felt with studs for sure. And then reiterating the poison oak. There's a lot of poison oak there. Not to scare people away from it, but definitely just wearing longer pants, even if you're wet wading. I've gotten a lot of poison oak there just by wearing shorts and stuff. And especially for dogs, if they rub off on the poison oak, then rubbing the oils back onto you. And I've already been seeing ticks out a little bit east of here, so the ticks will be there as well, especially for dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Jenny, anything else to add?
No, Justin covered it. I was going to say we've had a bit of a early start to tick season. I recommend, like, there isn't very many times on the lower Deschutes that I am not wearing waders. Like, I love to wet wade, but down there, just because of the ticks, because of the snakes, because of the poison oak, like, I am wadered up, and I'm also like really careful when I'm touching my clothing and stuff after the fact. There is a product you can buy called Tech New. You'd probably get it at like a pharmacy or like any type of like drugstore that is good to have on hand. It's a poison oak like wash with some like exfoliating properties to it that can help dissolve the oil. So if you do get poison oak, Tech New is a good product to have on hand. And then Justin has a super cute pup, and we love a good fishing dog. And just for those of you who, if you do bring your doggos, just be prepared for the tick situation and also snakes, because springtime is when they tend to be out. Like, there's baby snakes and all that good stuff. Not to scare anybody. It's just, like, stomp your feet and make a nice commotion as you're walking through the brush, and that typically will get them out of your way.
Yeah, and I think too, it's just being realistic with the Spokane, or I'm say sorry, not Spokane River. I'm looking at Bob, so I'm thinking about Spokane River. But the Deschutes River can be it can be hard to wade. So that is definitely one thing of just being mindful and taking your time, know your limits, be what you're comfortable with, and and fish you don't have to suffer from long castitis. There's a lot of fish that are in really, really close. So be mindful of that too, is even, make a few casts before you even step in the water, and you never know what you might catch. Specifically, if you're, trout spay fishing also, then you're staying in close anyways and just kind of swinging through that whole water. And this river is a great river for you to have that kind of trout spay or catch a fish on the swing opportunities. So Deschutes River, it is a long river. It's a big river. I'm not going to read every single bullet point, but just wanted to give you a little bit of lowdown of the river. Again, we'll share this information. But the river goes, we really kind of break it down into 3 different sections. And so when we're starting to think about fishing that river, then these are the different sections that we think about. Section 1. So this is Warm Springs to the Lock Gate. So basically mile marker 100 to 59. So very popular section for trout fishing. Most of the river left access is prohibited because it's on the Warm Springs Indian Reservation, but you can fish it. So you'll need a tribal permit, and more times than not, you're going to need to hire a tribal guide. So we have that information listed on the website, but here's just kind of that section 1. As we move into section 2 and then section 3, this is going to be more of the area that we're going to really be fishing on while we're in Maupin, really, for this event. So section 2, Lock Gate to Shears Falls, mile markers 59 to 44. And we say because the river, the mile markers are going down into, because the Deschutes flows into the mouth of the Columbia. So this is basically a shorter section. It's really popular for whitewater floats and trout fishing. Some of the different areas, and these are what we have pinned. So Neenah to Harpham Flats. So this is great, easy walk and wade water. So you can see here's Neenah and then Harpham Flats, and it's all via the road. So you can access this park, and then look. Harpin Flats to Maupin City Park. So Maupin City Park is where we're going to be camping. So people have caught fish right at the boat launch. So don't underestimate boat launch fish. It can be a little bit harder walk and wade water, but it definitely lots of opportunities. Section 3, you go from Shears Falls all the way to Max Canyon. And this is what Justin was saying, that he's riding in his dad's backpack, kind of in Max Canyon area. So Shears Falls, it's really beautiful. So if you get the opportunity, I would say highly stop, look at it. It's a pretty big vertical drop. You can see some of the dip netting, like the different platforms that folks stand on when they do their different dip netting traditions. But pine tree to beaver tail. So it's not great road water, but this is where some of the fish are. So if you think about any of the other places that you fish, a lot of times, the little bit more off the beaten path, a little bit harder to get to. If you're able-bodied enough to get to some of these areas, pine tree to beaver tail is a great opportunity to catch some of those fish. This is when you're thinking about bow and arrow casting, it's varsity wading, but lots of good fish. Beaver tail to Max Canyon, it's great walk and wade road water and some really great swing water as well. So you have a lot of opportunities. And again, I'll share this PDF so you'll have all of these different maps. And just, it's your responsibility to know the regulations, and those regulations are there to protect the fisheries. So please know and obey them. So that's your responsibility as an angler. As far as equipment goes, 5-6 weights, average length 9 feet. Typical floating lines will work. Even if you're streamer fishing, floating lines, heavy fly, a little bit of split shot, you're good to go. As far as leaders go, 9 feet, 2 to 5x tippet. You could, 3 to 5x tippet spools. If you want to get super technical, and or if you're going to be Euro nymphing, 6x might not be a bad idea, and or 5x 5.5x tippet too. Safety tips. So obviously water, snacks, change of clothes, first aid kit. Hopefully it's warm enough to where even if we got wet, we would just dry off pretty quickly. iFishiBelong, we do have a small gear locker. So we have some 5-weight rods and reel, 4, 5, and 6 rod and reel combos. We also have some boots and waders if you do not have those. So we just ask that you fill out this borrowed equipment form. The form link is on the website, your registrant website, and that you fill it out by May 15th, and we will bring it down for you. So good opportunity if you don't have any of this gear. Clothing, waders are recommended for safety, as Jenny mentioned. I think I'll probably buy maybe a few bottles of that Tech News so we have it maybe at the iFishiBelong booth. Probably not a bad idea. And we just ask that you buy us a beverage the evening if we give it to you. No, just kidding. So studded felt or studded rubber boots are recommended just for this rocks, the slipperiness of it. Definitely bring a wading staff. There is not a lot of shade on the Deschutes, so making sure you have, kind of sun protection, clothing. Always bring a rain jacket and then sunglasses. Hatch chart, this is listed on the website. So this kind of just talks about, what you might see. This hatch chart's pretty good because it talks about kind of the time of day as well. And, when these specific insects are going to be hatching. If you have the opportunity, take that class, that free bug clinic, take it. That's such an awesome opportunity. As far as fly suggestions, it's stonefly season, y'all. So this is so fun to throw big, bushy, dry flies. Golden stones, dries, and nymphs, yellow sallies, salmon flies in various sizes and patterns, chubby Chernobyls, various sizes and colors. It's a great fly to use. There will definitely be some mayfly opportunities. So your pale morning duns, pale evening duns, maybe even some green drakes, which would be pretty incredible. Kind of like some darker green drakes, dark gray drakes, that sort of thing. And then caddis, so dries and also nymphs. So you have opportunities for a lot of things. We have a list of different fly choices, fly names that we recommend, and that's on your registrant website. Fishing opportunities and techniques, you can do it all. Dry dropper, subsurface, Euro, streamer, trout spay. the options are endless here. Just going to go through some basic leader examples. Again, we'll be sharing this PDF, as well as if you take that donation-based workshop, we're going to be talking a lot about this specifically when we do that leader setup specific for the Deschutes River. Basic dry fly, this is obviously if you're using a size, 8 or 10, 12 chubby Chernobyl, you're going to want larger diameter tippet, so 2 to 3x tippet, just because that mass moves mass, transferring that energy over. If you're going to start to cast smaller, more delicate dry flies using some smaller tippet, average 7.5 to a 10-foot leader for a dry fly is kind of great average over all around. As far as a dry dropper setup, this is a great setup. Here you have a large chubby Chernobyl or a large foam fly that can hold a heavy stonefly nymph. And this stonefly nymph, this dropper can be anywhere from like 12 inches all the way down to 48 inches. It's a bugger to cast. You're going to have a wide open loop. You're not going to be casting any type of false casting with this. Otherwise, you're going to become quite frustrated. But it's a great, very successful way to catch fish. And that's specifically because there are stoneflies out. So this is mimicking a stonefly, and then this Pat's rubber leg is also mimicking a stonefly in its immature stage as a nymph. So having this setup is really good. You can do all kinds of subsurface, fish feed subsurface, 80 to 90% of the time. So why not go under the water and catch a fish? You can fish it with just one single fly. You can add weight, or you can fish with a heavier fly. Really, when you're thinking about kind of choosing flies specifically for subsurface fishing, is you want to think, where in the water column should I be fishing this fly? Where would this, and its natural stage of whatever it's in, where would it be within that water column? So if you have a crawling stonefly nymph, you want to be on the bottom of the river. So that means you're going to have a heavier fly or use weight, because you want to be where that bug is naturally at. You can also do a double subsurface leader, so weighted fly. So you can see this is a fly that has a big bead on it, so it's pretty heavy. And then you can also do a dropper. So you can either do a dropper off the hook bend, or you can do a dropper off of a tag end. And what I'll tell you here is, when you're thinking about like where you want to put those droppers, thinking again, where in the water column do you want to be fishing that fly? If you have opportunity where you have some mayflies or caddis that are starting to emerge up to become adults, and so that you have those immature bugs, but they're in the middle part of the water column, fishing it on a tag end is a great opportunity, because you're kind of more in the upper middle to upper part of that water column. So again, where in the water column do you want to be fishing your fly? That's where you want to always be asking and thinking about. Euro, I'm going to let you look at this. I'm sure if you Eurofish, you know how to set up these leaders. These leaders can be anywhere from like 12 to 30 feet long. And it's definitely an interesting cast as well. The tuck cast is a great way to kind of cast this setup and get those flies out where they need to be. And again, I'll be sharing this PDF so you'll have this example. And you don't have to have a special leader either for Euro. So you can do a shorter tapered leader. You can use cider. You can still use what you might have and still kind of fish that specific technique. And then trout spay, woot woot. So streamers, some soft hackle fishing. Definitely recommend this technique as well. And just conservation, thinking about, keep fish wet. These are wild native red band trout. So thinking about, what's the best way? We are going to be, it's practicing catch and release. You don't keep these fish. And so what's the best way that we can do, or best way to treat these fish in order to make sure that they have opportunities to survive? One thing that I will say, though, is that United Way on the Fly and iFishiBelong, we are media partners with Keep Fish Wet. We do a fish handling Friday. So if you haven't seen that, Angie Kelly's killing it with sharing all of this knowledge and information. Great way to learn just kind of about the, science-based research that's done on practicing catch and release. We also support legal harvest. So do know that that is, if you're ethically, kind of following the local regulations and respecting the sustainable practices, we're all for it. So just so you know. Wet bare hands. So fish, I'm sure many of you know this, but fish have a slime layer, like a protective layer. And so when you adhere any type of material to that specific slime layer, it can take and pull some of that layer off. So using a wet bare hand is going to be best. Now, it could be really sunny, so you might be wearing sun gloves. So that's when you either just keep your fish in the net, take out the hook and then let it go. And or if you want to try to touch it, just taking off those sun gloves. 10 seconds or less. So you're going to, this is a cumulative as well. So if you're going to wait for your photographer, keep the fish in the water. And then if you pick it up, lay it down. Again, it's 10 seconds where it's a cumulative, not laying it down on the grass and or rocks, but keeping it laying it back in the net. And speaking of nets, just holding your fish over the net. Fish are slippery, so not only, and nets look aesthetically beautiful as well. So it's a great way to kind of just get some different new photos. Leaning over the boat, this actually doesn't apply to us because on the Deschutes River, we cannot fish from a boat. So we'll just forget that one. I will say, though, if you are fishing from a boat in a fishery that you can fish from a boat, being super mindful about leaning over is it safe, that you're not in really fast rushing water, that you don't have, different currents, so just being mindful of that. Leaning down. So this is, it just looks better with pictures, less awkward. So have your photographer lean down and have your subjects lean down as well. And just think outside the box. This is scales, tails, eyeballs, casting, bananas. We fear no fruit. So, just kind of all kinds of different types of photos and just the adventure and the fun and the community and all of the things within this event. And finally, and I'm going to open it up to Q&A. I have not looked at the comments, so I apologize. But we're here to have fun. We're here to make sure that all people feel welcomed, that they, want to be a part of this, that everyone's, can ask questions. We want to provide education and resources. And so if you at any point are not feeling comfortable, or if there's some sort of drama or whatever it might be, please reach out to and talk to the different co-hosts. We're here for you. We want to make this event, as fun and as great as it can be. And it's really important for us to make sure that we, that none of any type of behavior that we wouldn't want is not allowed. So please reach out to us. We haven't had to do that, so I'm hoping that that's never anything we have to do, but I think it's really important to state that, the co-hosts, we're here for you. So we want this to be a really, really great event for you all. Contact, you have my email address. It's events@ifishibelong.org. You can go and please, I'd say follow, all of our different sponsors, our co-hosts, anybody that's involved in this event. Oh, look, I spelt my name wrong. Sorry. But, just get to know people, ask questions, utilize the face group, and it's going to be a really incredible event. So I'm going to open it up for Q&A. Justin and Jenny, I know that I just kind of went on a tangent. So what do you have to add, please?
I think you covered enough where people could get a bachelor's degree in the Deschutes. I think you covered a lot. I'm super, super excited. I think just a couple of thoughts. The access road that Heather is talking about, which is basically in Maupin from the locked gate down, can be depending on the time of year, it can be a bit of a bumpy ride. So just know you're going to get a dusty vehicle. It's kind of unavoidable. There can be law enforcement out and about, so be sure to have your licenses either on your phone, like it's always a good idea to take a picture or have an actual physical copy, and then also mind the speed limit on the access road, because the law enforcement can be out and they will ticket you. And then one last thought, and then Heather, I'm so sorry, I have to go to volleyball practice.
No.
Above locked gate, that's essentially going up towards some private property, but you can access fishing above locked gate, but you cannot bring any motorized vehicles or bicycles up there. So if you go up that direction, just be mindful, it'll have to be on foot. And there are several like day use areas that are pretty well indicated, I think, for like no overnight camping. So if you plan on staying somewhere outside of the designated like Maupin City Park or Oasis or any of that, just make sure you double check with, I think, recreation.gov and BLM and whatnot, that the spots you're in are places that you can stay overnight.
Awesome. That's great advice. Yeah. Cool. Justin.
Jenny hit on one of the things that I was going to say is about the road. Definitely have gotten some flat tires on the lower road down there. Downstream of Maupin, so make sure you have your spare tire ready or just tough tires and take it slow, because the washboards get really, really bad from all the rafts and trailers going up and down. And then, I was going back to you talking about the river and everything like that. I won't get too much into it, but you really don't need to wade like practically at all, so you should be able to do plenty of fishing from shore if you are adverse to wading, or if you don't have quite the right equipment. There's plenty of access from shore where all the fish are within like a few feet of shore. Like one of the biggest mistakes is people are fishing too far out in the middle on their shoots as opposed to just concentrating on the first like 15 feet from shore. And I was gonna say check nymphing. That's what I do a lot of. So if anybody wants to do that, come and see me. But a lot of the normal check nymphs have worked well. And then last year, that time of year, it seemed like the yellow sallies were really the main dry flies that they were concentrating on after the big stonefly hatches. So definitely have plenty of yellow sallies with you.
Love it. And my favorite is the Larimer. Do you have a favorite yellow sally that you use, Justin?
Not particularly, no.
Any of them?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love the Larimer yellow sally, and it's like this little tiny pink and yellow, and it's small. And oh my gosh, that's like one of my top 5 go-to flies to fish the world. Like that little fly, it's amazing. So, also, if you're gonna bring a boat, you can bring your own boat, but we just recommend that you know how to row. That's important, because there are some very very technical rapids throughout the river, but also you have to have a boater's pass. So if you were to do a guided trip, your guide will work with you in order to get that boater's pass. So you would have to do that yourself. So just know that is something that you'd have to work through and work on. What other questions? I'm just trying to read through here. I see Meryl had asked, is there a charge for the casting doctor? Marion, I don't know the answer to that. Do you know?
It was answered. It was answered. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
And I know that, both iFishiBelong as well as Deschutes River Alliance, like if there is a charge and that is a hindrance for you all, we want to make sure that we can help, provide financial assistance, and we can work with FFI to, so please do not hesitate to talk to us and reach out, because we want to make sure that is not a limiting factor, because that is a huge part of our mission, is in order to make sure that everyone has accessibility, and that is to, casting instruction as well. So, what other questions maybe that you all have or that weren't answered? I know that it was a lot. The registrant website is a wealth of knowledge. So please just kind of roll through that, go through that. Utilize the Facebook group, ask questions, what is your favorite flies, that kind of thing. And yeah, like a blue paragon's pretty good fly on the Deschutes River. So if you want to go subsurface. For Bob likes big streamers. So yeah, so there's opportunities for that as well. Maybe swinging them as well. It's not like your typical, Montana and or Western United States trout fishery where you're used to streamer fishing the way that you are, just because you can't fish from a boat, but you can still swing swing your fly and or cast downstream, retrieve it back. Lots of opportunities as far as streamers go as well. So what other questions?
There was a question from Marcia about volunteering. I saw.
Oh, okay.
She said if she agreed to a volunteer time on Saturday, how does she find out?
Oh, that's a great question. So that would be Deschutes River Alliance. So Peter, are you still on?
Yeah, I'm still here, and I will be sending out volunteer information next week.
Cool. Perfect. And thank you all so much for those that are volunteering. That's a great thing. So thank you so much for volunteering with Deschutes River Alliance. So, awesome. What other questions? We created this so there weren't going to be any questions. How's that? That's why we created the registrant website, and we tried to just make it as jam-packed as we could, just so we can share, because we've all been there. We've had the questions, there's a lot, there might be some anxiety with coming or not and not knowing anyone. I guess, Angie, do you want to share just your experience of North Carolina, and now you're the DIY fishing junkie, the groupie? Groupie.
Well, yeah. So when a few years ago, in 2022, I found the North Carolina DIY event, and that was my first one. And I think I've got to go to almost all of them. So if there's an event, then I just follow Heather around. Wherever it is, that's where I go. And I can't wait. I had so much fun in Maupin. I'm not going to lie, it was a tough fishery for me. It was something I hadn't experienced before, that type of river. So I am excited to go back, and I'm excited to hook into another one of those red bands. So I can't wait.
Let us know what worked or what didn't work, so we have the knowledge.
I gotcha. Well,
We can do it in the Facebook.
if it's not a caddis, it's not going to work for
She
me.
doesn't fish mayfly. She only fishes caddis. So we complement each other well.
So funny, Angie.
If it's not a caddis, I'm not going to catch it. So
Wait, and also that one that Heather likes with the tiny.
The brook sprout fly. Yes, that
She
is.
killed it on that.
Yes, that is a really good fly.
I did. Yeah, Meryl, yeah, we did good on that. I did. I said I pulled out the brook
She's a
sprout. I
killer,
did
beware.
switch over there. I forgot about that.
Well, and if you don't know what a caddis and or a mayfly is, that's okay. Like, that's the beautiful thing about, kind of connecting with all of us and just being a part of it, talking, asking questions. You're going to learn so much by the end of the week. And one of the biggest things that I'll definitely say about these events is that you get out what you put into it. So meeting people, saying hello, you're going to have, I'm looking at faces here of lifelong friends, that I've met because of fishing. It's really beautiful. It's just such a great sport, and it can be challenging, and that's, what makes it fun, I think. And you can get as nerdy as you want or not, right? Like, some will dive deep into bugs and some just don't care, and that's okay. So just come, enjoy, have an amazing time. Please do not hesitate to reach out to the co-host. We're here for you. Send me an email. I will respond, and, just ask questions. We're here for you. So I am just so happy that you all are coming. So thank you all so much. Justin, anything final thing to add?
Nope, nothing for me. Excited to
Okay.
see and meet everyone.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. So please do not hesitate to reach out. And I love seeing new faces. I cannot, like Tammy, I cannot wait to meet you. So it's going to be great. And well, I'm going to connect with you to get a boater's pass. So we'll work on all of that. And I can't wait to spend the weekend with you. It's going to be a really great weekend. So, all right, y'all. So yeah, don't hesitate to reach out and have a wonderful evening. Get out, enjoy that last bit of sunshine, get some vitamin D before you go to bed, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Justin.
See ya.
Thank you, co-host.
Yeah, thank you all so much.